Ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of October 4, at the square monument to the matter of Tây Ninh province in Ninh Sơn Ward, Tây Ninh City, the delegation attending the 10th Congress of Trade Unions of Tây Ninh province, term of 2023-2028, have a ceremony to pay tribute to the martyr who died for independence, freedoms of the fatherland.
Attending the ceremony, there were Mr. Phạm Hồng Thái, Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Head of the National Delegation of the Ninh Province, Ms. Nguyễn Đại Thi, Member of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee, Permanent Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial Appeals Council, and comrades in the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee. The delegation carried out the ceremony of offering flowers and incense at the memorial, vowing on their wisdom and enthusiasm, determined to well implement the goals and directions of the new term, successfully implement the resolution of the 10th Provincial Trade Union Congress, term of 2023-2028. The officials, union members and workers of the Ninh province vow to live and dedicate themselves to forever deserve to be the most loyal and faithful companion of the working class and working people of the province, contributing to building the recently developed and beautiful homeland of TayNin. In the afternoon of October 4, the 10th Congress of the TayNin Trade Union, term of 2023-2028, took place in the first session. Delegates heard the report on the results of verification of the qualification of delegates to the Congress, vote to recognize the qualification of delegates to the Congress, review report of the Executive Committee of the 9th Provincial Confederation of Labour to the 10th Congress of the TayNin Trade Unions for the 2023-2028 term, Personnel Scheme of the Executive Committee of the 10th Provincial Confederation of Labour 2023-2028 term. Speaking at the opening of the first session, Mr. Trần Lê Duy, member of the Board of Directors of the Vietnam General Confederation of Labour, Provincial Commissioner, Chairman of the Provincial Confederation of Labour, said that the 10th TayNin Trade Union Congress is an important political event, a great festival of the working class and the trade union organization of the Ninh province to review the implementation of the resolution of the 9th Congress of Provincial Trade Unions for the 2018-2023 term, decide on important objectives, directions and tasks on trade union work and the movement of the workers, officials and laborers of the province in the next 5 years. The 10th Congress of Trade Unions of the Ninh province is open in the morning of October 5, 2023. In the morning of October 4th, the inspection team of the National Steering Committee 515, led by Colonel Trần Quang Thanh, Deputy Director of the Policy Department, General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, Deputy Chief of Office of the National Steering Committee, had an inspection session for the Provincial Steering Committee on the results of the mission of search, collection of martyrs' remains, and identification of missing 2023 information. Over the past time, the Steering Committee of the Ninh province has made efforts to implement many measures to organize the search and collect 14,578 remains of martyrs. TayNin also regularly does a good job of counting martyrs' graves at martyrs' cemeteries in the area. At the same time, review and complete doses and lists of martyrs, build database on martyrs, relatives of martyrs, identify martyrs, verify and conclude areas, make maps and plans to search for martyrs' remains, coordinate in solving the correct process, ensure timely and thoroughly opinions and problems of martyrs' relatives, and at the same time provide good support for martyrs' relatives to contact to search for martyrs' remains. In order to raise awareness and responsibility in fire prevention fighting of the whole society, in the morning of October 4, localities in the province also organized a meeting and parade in response to the People's Day of Fire Prevention. At the meeting, local leaders proposed agencies, departments, ranches, unions, economic units, and companies stationed in the area to better implement fire prevention and fighting, continue to develop solutions, be proactive in prevention, and prepare on-site vehicle forces, promote propaganda to raise awareness among officials and people about fire prevention and fighting, mobilize 100% of households in the area to have at least one fire extinguisher, and 8 households is trained in basic knowledge and skills in fire prevention, fighting, and rescue. After the meeting, the participating forces marched through the main roads in the area. The People's Committee of Taynan Province consulted and unanimously accepted Taynan Police submissions on the proposal to amend and supplement the RAP's resolution, stipulating the level of support for the civil defense forces in the province. According to the submission, the cost estimate for specific local policies for members of the civil defense team when mobilized to perform the tasks of ensuring security and order and fire prevention. On average, the total monthly budget is over 2,230 billion Vietnam dong, annually spending nearly 27 billion Vietnam dong. Thus, the income implementation budget increased by 11 billion Vietnam dong per year. The reason for the increase in funding is the establishment of more civil defense teams due to the increase of administrative units at school and town level, increase the regular support expenditure for the posts of captain and vice captain of the civil defense as raised. The number of members of the civil defense forces established in communes, schools, and townships is more than the number of members of the force.
On October 4, the International Center for Tropical Agriculture, CRAT for short, in collaboration with the People's Committee of Taynan Province, organized a seminar to evaluate and summarize the research process on establishing solution to treat disease on cassava, Southeast Asia. Attending the conference, there were Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, and agriculture experts from Laos, Cambodia, the Philippines, and Indonesia.
Speaking at the opening of the conference, Mr. Trần Văn Chiến said that leaf mosaic disease on cassava first appeared in Taynan in May 2017, then spread nationwide. The Provincial People's Committee directs the agricultural sector to coordinate with the SIAT to implement the project. Up to now, there are 6 varieties of cassava resistant to mosaic disease, including HN1, HN3, HN5, HN36, HN80, HN97, licensed by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development for circulation in the Southeast region. Currently, Taynan continues to demonstrate the production of mosaic-resistant cassava varieties, at the same time encouraging and providing technical support for farmers to participate in production. The ability to supply seeds meets about 2,000 hectares of production in the province. On this occasion, the SIAT and the People's Committee of Taynan Province signed a memorandum of understanding to promote research, science, and technology transfer, bilateral experience exchange, in the field of hybridization, cassava cultivation in particular, and agriculture in general, building international linkage, sharing potentials, exploiting and maximizing resources and strength of the two sides, effectively deploying the fields of research rating, producing new disease-free cassava varieties with high yield, high starch content, good adaptability to farming conditions in Taynan. To achieve the set goals, Taynan will focus on developing new urban areas, developing housing according to projects and urban embellishment in central areas in the city, towns and areas with high housing density, existing rural residential spots and areas, develop new urban areas with the intersection of space, architecture and landscape around Padang Mountain National Tourist Area, along inter-regional and inter-provincial traffic access, meeting the criteria of urban areas according to the level of classified urban types. The city is expected to be classified and at least meeting the criteria of classified urban area, identify and develop strategic product cluster with a focus on processing and services with high added value associated with stable jobs for people, proactively take advantage of opportunities from the centrifugal spillover process of industrial parks being built in Ho Chi Minh City, Bình Dương, and Long An. Over the past time, the Provincial Party Committee, the Provincial People's Committee, and party committees and local authorities in their province have paid attention, care, support, and encouragement to the elderly in many fields. In addition, the Association of the Elderly in their province always focuses on caring for and promoting the role of the elderly. Every year, it celebrates the life of the elderly, visiting and giving gifts to people in difficult circumstances, established many clubs to help the fairly economically, spiritually, and healthily, in which the Intergenerational Self-Help Club has so far established 218 clubs, attracting 9,381 members, with a fund of 8.3 billion Vietnam dong, thereby supporting many elderly members in the province to develop economically.
The Orient fire prevention and fighting is an important and necessary job for all levels, sector, and on people, especially in a very complicated fire and explosion situation. In the province, over the past time, fire prevention and fighting has always been focused and promoted, mobilizing maximum units and community to participate, creating a positive changes in awareness, preventing complicated fire and explosion situations.
In recent years, the fire and explosion situation has strained complicatedly and is tending to increase in the number of cases and the level of damage caused by fires and explosions. Many large fires occur that are considered disaster, causing serious damage to life and property. Especially many incidents kill a lot of people and cause huge property damage. The reason is that organizations and individuals are still subjective and caught up guard and have not really paid attention to fire prevention and fighting. Therefore, in order for fire prevention and fighting to achieve the highest efficiency, it is necessary to be proactive in the fire prevention and the ability to handle initial on-site fires. Fire prevention and fighting must be carried out according to the motto of fire on site. Especially there must be forces and vehicles on site. Each family needs to be equipped with at least one portable fire extinguisher. Each household combining housing and business needs to coordinate the escape routes. Each joint team needs to be fully equipped with equipment in accordance with regulations to support each other in fire prevention and fighting. When a fire incident occurs, at the same time, we must consider the fire prevention as a continuous regular job, as a principle of life deeply rooted in the consciousness of each person. Not only households and housing combined with business, but companies and enterprises also need to improve fire prevention fighting further. In the morning of October 4, the Provincial Peace Committee held a meeting to respond to the On People's Day of Fire Prevention Fighting in order to raise awareness and sense of responsibility of all levels, ranges, and on people in fire prevention fighting, contributing to curbing and reducing the number of fires and explosions. Speaking at the meeting, Mr. Võ Đức Trong believed that with the attention of leaders and the enthusiastic and self-conscious participation of each person, fire prevention fighting will develop more and more deeply in the whole society, gradually bringing fire prevention and fighting into life, making great contributions to maintaining the development and stability of the economy and social order and safety in the province.
Ladies and gentlemen, recent serious fires have caused tragic damage to both lives and property. How to prevent and limit this causing harm is a concern not only of the fire prevention and fighting forces, but also of the whole society.
According to the statistics, in the first 9 months of 2023, the country has had 2,031 fires that killed 142 people, injured 115 people, damaged property about 637 billion Vietnam dong. Particularly in TayNinhTV province, in 9 months, there have been 6 fires causing 1 death, injuring 4 people, damaged over 5 billion Vietnam dong. Recently, TayNinhTV police has been very drastic in fire prevention, fighting and rescue, through many practical activities that go into depth and take the people as the center, which is the subject, is the motivation to do this job well. Recognizing their tasks and functions, the Provincial Police Department of Fire Prevention, Fighting and Rescue has actively consulted with the Party Committee and the Provincial Board of Directors of Public Security to develop many plans to improve the efficiency of the state management of fire protection and technology. Currently, fire prevention and fighting measures in the area are always paid attention to and promptly handle issues leading to the risk of fire and explosion incidents. One of the most effective measures to prevent fire and explosion is to improve the awareness and responsibility of the whole people in the fire prevention and rescue. In recent months, the fire prevention police and the public security branch have stepped up propaganda by banning methods suitable to its characteristic and reason. In addition, go to people's homes to propagate about legal knowledge, skill in using fire extinguishers, handling fire, explosion, escape, which to limit the spread of fire, large fires. At the same time, establishing many new firefighting models, helping people improve solidarity in the locality of their residence, both preventing and fighting crime and limiting damage caused by the fires and explosions. Fire prevention fighting and rescue forces strictly maintain 24/24-hour combat standing regime, ensure timely readiness of firefighting forces and means. At the same time, coordinate with agencies, departments, sectors, companies, and enterprises in the area to regularly organize retreat sessions on firefighting and rescue plans to help grassroots team workers and people raise their vigilance, as well as retreat proficient firefighting operations, increase efficiency, synchronization and rhythm in handling fire and explosion situations.
Để đảm
In
bảo an
order
toàn về
for
phòng
fire
cháy cháy,
prevention to
phòng
be
cảnh sát phòng
ensured,
cháy
the
cháy
fire
tăng
prevention
cường
and
công tác
rescue
kiểm
police
tra,
department
tập trung vào
strengthen
các
the
chuyên đề
inspection
cơ sở
work,
có nguy
focusing
hiểm về
on
cháy
the
nổ,
topics of
các địa bàn
establishments
trọng điểm
with
phức
high
tạp
fire
về phòng
risk
cháy chữa
and
cháy.
key fire
Qua đó
prevention
kịp thời
areas,
phát
thereby
hiện,
promptly
chấn chỉnh
detecting and
nhiều trường
correcting
hợp
many
vi phạm về
cases of
phòng cháy
fire
cháy,
protection
nhất là
violations, especially
các hoạt
construction
động xây
and
dựng nhưng mà
expansion
không xin phép
activities
thẩm
that
duyệt thiết
have
kế
not
nghiệm thu
yet
về phòng cháy
applied
cháy.
for
Các
permission
trường hợp
for
này chúng
design
tôi kiên quyết
approval and
xử lý,
acceptance
kể
of
cả
fire
tạm đình
prevention.
chỉ
These
và đình chỉ hoạt
cases
động.
we
Qua
firmly
đó
handle,
nêu cao tinh thần
including
trách nhiệm của người
suspension
đứng
of
đầu cơ sở,
operations,
cơ
thereby
quan đơn
raising
vị
the
trong công tác
spirit
đảm
and
bảo an toàn về phòng cháy
responsibility
chữa cháy.
of heads of establishments, agencies, and units in ensuring fire safety. With many effective and practical measures and methods, TayNinhTV Fire Prevention, Fighting and Rescue Police Force has really done well in fire and explosion prevention in the area as the main and core force on the front against fire enemy, contributing to successfully fulfilling the government political task of the whole force, protecting the peaceful and happy life of the people. The Department of Conservation and Plant Protection of TayNinhTV said that the summer-autumn rice crop in 2023 in the whole province will be reduced to nearly 46,700 hectares, equal to 99% of the rice area in the same period. By the end of September, on this rice crop area was harvested, the average yield was estimated at 5.5 tons per hectare. The total output was more than 250,000 tons. Like some river crops, this year's summer-autumn rice fields appear white wing harbors, leaf-light, but in mild severity, often appearing in late shade plots. However, it does not affect the yield much. On the contrary, the price of rice is higher than river crops. Many traders come to buy fresh rice in the field. Rice growers are very happy. The largest area cultivation area in Hoa Thanh Town is Vam Cỏ Dom Riverside area in Long Thanh Nam Commune. This crop has some of the latest harvested rice areas due to the latest seedling, so the price is also higher than in early harvest areas. The family of Mr. Phạm Văn Ninh has been growing rice here for nearly 30 years, and he affirmed that there has never been a crop with rice as high as this summer-autumn crop. Previously, the winter-spring crop rice had increased, but this summer-autumn crop was even higher. He cultivated 5 hectares, harvested later than everywhere. The average yield was 5.5 to 6 tons per hectare, but sold for 7,800 Vietnam đồng per kilogram. At the time of cultivation of this year's summer-autumn rice crop, fertilizer price also decreased compared to previous crops. Most farmers who have just finished harvesting easily sell fresh rice in the field. The price of rice increases over the same period. Unlike many years ago, towards the end of the season, rice tend to increase. The rice cultivator said that if the rice is as high as this year, rice growers will regain just in this traditional crop.
That's all for TTV News today. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.